Hi guys, and welcome to this week's midweek tribe Josh's vlog video. I hope you've all had a really good week. I think a lot of you are in the middle of your mock exams at the moment, so if you are, just know that we're praying for you and we hope they're going really well. Today's topic is, again, it's something a bit personal. The last few weeks I've been sleeping really badly, and then there were times where I was getting less than like 2-3 hours sleep, potentially for 2 or 3 nights in a row. And obviously it makes it really difficult for you then to do, general kind of everyday stuff because you're so exhausted. And I went and I spoke to a few people about this, and they all had very similar reactions. They always asked the same question, which was, do you know what's causing it? Is there anything you're doing that could be causing this to happen? Are you thinking about something? Are you overthinking? Have you been using your phone late at night? Have you been playing games late into the night? Or are you doing anything to kind of stimulate your mind before you go to bed? And what it turned out for me was that I'd stopped taking my hay fever tablets because I wasn't showing any symptoms during the day, but I didn't know that it was still causing issues during the night, and I've been able to kind of rectify that now. But that whole process kind of got me thinking again. And thinking about, when I couldn't sleep, there was this whole process we went through to try and diagnose what was wrong. And actually almost thinking about why don't we often do this for our emotional and spiritual well-being kind of reminds me of the verse in the Bible which talks about filling our minds with those things that are good and pure. Mum used to tell it to us all the time when we were kids: fill your mind with those things that are good and pure. And this verse is obviously a really good start for how we can look at improving our emotional and our spiritual well-being. Looking at what we fill our minds with and what we're kind of taking in on a daily basis can really help us improve our emotional and spiritual well-being. However, I don't think it's the only thing that this verse is alluding to. And actually, I think part of this verse is talking about what are we filling our minds with that we could stop filling our minds with. It's not just about thinking about what can we kind of add to our lives to improve it, but what can we take away from our lives to improve it. Just as when I was struggling to sleep, the questions we asked were, what could you stop doing? What could you change in order to improve your sleep pattern? And I think this is a key part of our emotional and spiritual well-being going forwards. When we're struggling mentally or spiritually, we need to look at the things that we're doing and look at the things that are possibly hindering or stopping us from strengthening our emotional and spiritual well-being. And we need to ask ourselves those similar questions that we were asking when I couldn't sleep. Those questions like, what's causing it? Am I doing something that could be causing this to happen? Is there something I can change to help myself? When we're having whatever it is, negative thoughts, or we're struggling with our spiritual life, or anything it is that we're not quite sure why it's happening, ask ourselves these questions. Is there something I can do to change it? Rather than just thinking, what can I do going forward to change it? But is there something I can change or stop doing that can improve my spiritual and emotional well-being? And once we find out what that might be, we can make a change and help strengthen our emotional and spiritual well-being for the future.